Hello and welcome to the Curious Mind of Raquel Carter. Now, I wanted to give a little backstory on this sofa. It was gifted to my mother as someone that used to know her mother that had passed away. So it was savagely ruined nearly. There was no cushion on it. I could not find a maker's mark, but I know that it's a Victorian sofa. So I told my mom that I would happily restore it for her. Now, I had never done a sofa before, but I felt inclined to believe that I could accomplish it because I'm very good at that sort of thing, you know. So anyway, we chose a beautiful fabric. Also, another thing to remember is that it did not have a long cushion, but I know that it did at one time have one solid cushion. So I wanted to recreate that. I also knew that it was down pillow, you know, like a down fill, feathers. And so I wanted to use that as well to make sure that it had the authenticity sort of like what it would have looked like back then, you know, when it was originally made. Now, the fabrics, I'm not quite sure. Obviously, they had been taken off. So oftentimes when you get a piece of furniture that is very old, like the one that my mom received, you can sometimes find a remnant of the original fabric. Say if it's like a wallpaper, you might find that there's a little snippet somewhere between, you know, behind a wall or something. So same with furniture. Oftentimes you can find little pieces of scraggled, you know, hangers on. And you could find those little pieces from the original done. But anyway, point being, I could not find any original fabrics that was on this sofa. It had been reupholstered. I think I found 5 times, but I could not find the original. So I took it all the way down to, you know, the bare minimum. But like I said, I could not find it. So I just told my mom, let's go with a beautiful like tapestry type fabric that would stand the test of time as far as being a fabric and a print that would look good for long amounts of time, you know, for the next 20 years or so, however long my mom wanted to keep it. And so I suggested, you know, a few fabrics that I thought would be lovely. And this is what my mom decided on. She took my advice and we chose this beautiful velvet tapestry. So I wanted to go over that with you. I think it turned out rather lovely, but let's get on with the video, okay? I hope you enjoy it. Here is the video of the sofa when I received it. As you can see, it has an old-fashioned print on it, which I completely took off, and all of the tacks as well. This is the back of it, and I had to pull all of the tacks and all of the fabric from beneath it out as well. So this is the fabric that I'm lining up. It's a tapestry with a velvet velour. And here I had to actually stitch the piecing together to make it look to like one cohesive piece. This took me a bit of finagling. It took me quite some time to attach that particular stitching, hand stitching, in order for it to line up perfectly, but I think it looks really, really nice. Here is the couch completely stapled on all of the areas that I did not have to hand stitch. So that is where we are at this point. Here I am having to chalk out the corners of the sofa so that I can hand stitch and piece it together so that it looks perfect and it looks like one cohesive piece. So I'm chalking out the corners and then I will hand stitch those with a circle needle. Here I am stitching the entire piece all the way to the inside of the sofa, where the cushion and the outside external portion of the sofa, you can see it from the front where the kick plate would be, so to speak. My apologies, and I did not record this continually throughout because it took me at least 3 days to hand stitch the entire front portion of the couch. So this is what you're seeing, just a snippet of that part of it. And you're not seeing it on here, but I did use my thimble because my fingers were quite messed up. Then I came into another problem, which was that the trim that I could find was not accurately matching up to the color that I wanted. So I had to use some dyes, and I changed the color and it turned out perfectly. Okay, so what I wanted to share with you is towards the end of this video, I did not even show you. I completely forgot to record it. Once again, please bear with me. The trim I went to Hobby Lobby and got an adhesive spray, and I just saturated the entire back portion of it and then held it into place. In various spots, I attacked it with a little stick pin and left it overnight until it dried, and then it was fine. Everything was good, it was good to go, and it was lovely and it worked fine. You can find that at Hobby Lobby in the upholstery section. Then the other thing for what I used for the down cushions, I made a little casing, and then I had some IKEA pillow forms that I had not used before, and so I just used those, what I had on hand.